Good morning, podcast listener. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to enjoy the ramblings of three young brothers as they stumble through the world of pop culture, sports, and entertainment. If you're caught or captured, the secretary will disavow any knowledge of your existence. Caught or captured does mean the same thing, podcast listener. I do realize that. Listen, recording these tapes isn't so easy. I got to do one for every agent, okay? The IMF is tough, man, okay? No insurance. Starting to sound a bit more like Mark Maron, and it's not a very good impression. This message will self-destruct in 3 seconds. And that's the music. Thanks for listening to the Triple Threat Podcast. I didn't mention the name of the podcast at the beginning, but you know what it is because you...
Yeah, because you downloaded it.
You downloaded it, yeah. You downloaded it. You know it's the Triple Threat Podcast. You know that there's more than one podcast on iTunes with that name, but we're the better one. And you know also that this involves three brothers who share a last name and a lineage and a heritage and DNA. Do we have the same DNA? Yeah, what? Right. Okay.
No.
Well, like one.
They're not twins.
Oh, okay. They have the same DNA. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know they didn't. Well, also
dinosaur DNA.
Dino DNA. That hurt, John. Yeah, wow. It's also, gosh, not only entertainment, pop culture, and sports, but also science, folks. You didn't expect to get some of that, did you? My name's Will Vaughn. I'm coming to you from Vancouver, British Columbia, out on the East Coast. The real East Coast, not Toronto, all right? The real East Coast of...
Toronto's not a coast to anything.
Halifax.
I mean, it's not
I know, but people call it that out here. People call it that out there. Or they're just like, out east, Toronto, and then nothing else. No, it's Alex and Matt Vaughn from Halifax, in Halifax. What's up, guys?
Sup?
Heyo.
All right, good.
I realize that the response of sup being sup is just bad. Sup.
The response of sup? Sup.
It kind of suggests that you're avoiding the answering the question.
Yeah, avoiding answering the question.
Suspect.
It's like, hello, Alex, what's up? It's like, well, you just answered my question with another question, I guess.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And hello, Alex isn't a question, but whatever.
Hello, Alex? It depends on your inflection.
Hello, Alex?
Yeah. That sounds like a stranger calling him.
Hello,
A couple
Alex?
corrections
That's
to
a
Will's
horror
intro.
movie.
He said three young brothers.
Yeah, I meant to.
Young is all... Listen.
Two young brothers.
Young is all... Hey, shut up. Young is all relative. Like,
unless our last name was Young, then we'd be three young brothers.
Like,
but,
we're all relative. Oh, man, if my last name was Young, I'd make that joke until I was 100. Like, I may be 100, but I'll be young till the day I die, which is today.
I love that. Oh, no.
Yeah. You just die on the spot?
Yeah, and they just die on the spot.
They really open up a package that's a microphone, drop it, and then drop dead.
FedEx comes along, you're like, all right, let me sign for this 1 second.
What's the name of that character?
Do you have a pen?
Biscuit?
No, it's oh no, it's my favorite thing too.
Which character?
So
it's like Bobby Moynihan, we can update. Riblet. I want to do like the Kings of Catchphrase comedy, like stanky, wank, wank, but it's not that.
Slappy Pappy. Slappy Pappy, wank, wank.
And what was Paul?
Paul Britton's was, I don't know.
Something boy?
Thank you, boy.
Yeah. Or something like that. I can't remember. It's like that sound, but I can't remember the words, which are the most important part.
But he was like this Eastern European guy. I'm for Colt Ronda. And there was also, I think it was Jason Sudeikis, who's his dad. He was like, he says something kind of naughty, then he's like, who said that? Who said that? I still like.
I can just see Sudeikis doing that.
I still like Charlie's when he's like clearly doing a Dane Cook thing, but he's like, What is that? What kind of flower is that? What kind of flower is that? Is that a chrysanthemum? Is that a chrysanthemum? Jackknife. Was his catchphrase? I'd go for a Kings of Catchphrase comedy every week. A 2 minute.
That's Charlie Day, right? If I'm getting your
Charlie Day.
Yes.
Did I say Charlie Day?
You did. You said
no,
Charlie.
You said Charlie.
Which is a very
should have said Charlie
informal.
Kelly, but that
local businessman and cat enthusiast.
You're so stupid.
You're so stupid.
You're just quoting stuff now.
Way to mention that caught and captured are the same thing. Much like whenever Dan O'Toole would talk about hockey, getting in a fight, you'd be like pushing and shoving, which of course are the same thing.
I mean, we can.
That's true.
I think we can agree that shoving is more severe than a push.
That's true.
But I mean, it's not worth distinguishing them.
No.
Well, I guess. Hey guys, I guess when push comes to shove, I mean, I guess you got to make a choice between the two, right?
Between caught and capture.
Hey, so
yeah, I'm gonna say caught or kill, by the way, or capture or kill.
So, Will, why did you start the podcast that way?
Because you told me to.
It's a little too meta, Will. A little too
dictatorial.
Sorry.
Do you do everything your youngest brother tells you to do?
There's not a lot I don't do that you asked me to do.
It's true. Yeah, you lost a bet many years ago. In which case, I still tell you everything I do.
Sold my soul to you for $5 when I drew it on a piece of paper, and hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, you got totally millhoused.
Yeah, I did get.
Or should I say thrill house?
I get thrill hoed. Yeah. Well, before we talk about that, because that's something we'll talk about that.
We don't have to go into it right away, but a couple of us saw the latest Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about that. At some point.
Yeah. It came out, and we
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have all three of us review it, and then the audience has to determine which one of us didn't see it.
Oh, I love that idea.
All right. So why don't let's do it in alphabetical order then. Alex, you go first. Yeah.
Okay. So what was weird about it for me was that Tom Cruise dies immediately right off the bat.
Was so weird. He does that plane thing and then he falls off.
Does the plane thing. He's just like, the other door! And he just falls off the plane to his death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
surprising choice.
Odds are, you climb the Burj Khalifa, you do all these weird things. You're going to die eventually. It's just statistical inevitability.
You climb Wiz Khalifa, you're going to die.
Whether you be black
Wiz Khalifa
or yellow, you get to the top of Wiz Khalifa.
Or both.
Yeah. If you one of them boys, hold up. Then definitely you can get up there. This is my opinion on Tom.
The other 2 hours of the movie are just like his wake and funeral. It's like really low budget. It's kind of like My Dinner with Andre, Mission Impossible style. With big action scene to open it up, and then just dialogue.
Wait, wouldn't that not happen since the secretary disavowed any knowledge of his actions?
The secretary had a soft spot. Yeah. So he didn't. He
disavow him, but he'd still have a funeral, wouldn't he?
What is disavow? Okay.
I think disavow means like he's no like they make it formally that he was never part of
right, but not existing entirely.
I don't think that's disavow doesn't mean
it's not like Men in Black shit. I mean stuff.
The cover of the paper that gets delivered to IMF is just man dies, unknown identity and profession, human male dead. Actually,
someone's life ended.
Yeah, we can't say even male or female. Human dead. Just there's two words at the top of the page.
That vague, and yet still the front page of the newspaper.
It's still the newspaper.
You can't explain why it's worth talking about.
It's just the headline, and then there's no story or photograph. It's just a human dead, and then it's like
dead. The end.
It's the create a wrestler template face with the question mark on it. And that's what you get.
Shadows.
Alex, what would you give out of
violence?
What would you give out of 10? Not that I don't want you to go into that deeper, but
Tom Cruise, 4 out of 10. Simon Pegg, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Jeremy Renner, 8.75 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. The girl in it, she might be European.
She is. She's Swedish.
7.5 out of 10.
Wait.
I guess technically.
Well, it depends on which.
Technically, she's European in that she was born in Europe and resided there for a long period of time.
Well, I mean, it depends how much you think England is Europe, really.
Well, I think she's
100%. You're right.
Yeah, it is. But I think she's Swedish though.
Her name's Rebecca Ferguson.
I know. She's got a very.
Is she a Doug Murray situation where Doug Murray is Swedish, but his name is Doug Murray?
Doug Murray's Swedish?
Yes, his name is Doug Murray, and apparently somebody told me, I don't know how true this is. A person who said this to me listens to the podcast, but his mother apparently was like, it's pronounced dog.
Really?
You don't say it Doug, it's Dog Murray, so call him that.
Which is like Sean Podine was like SHJON, and you're like, where's that guy from? It's just like Toledo, Ohio. His parents couldn't decide between Sean and John, so they just named him Sean.
Oops, I said, did I say Elizabeth Ferguson? Because obviously I meant to say...
I said Rebecca Ferguson.
Okay, I might have said Elizabeth.
I don't think you even said her name.
No, because I'm typing in Elizabeth Ferguson. So you guys could have totally... there's a couple, yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca Ferguson. Yeah. Oh, hey, she's in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Yeah, she's born in Stockholm. How about that? Stockholm, where Lenny Kravitz played a concert. I don't know if you guys heard.
Oh, right.
Sorry. It's come on, it's funny. It's funny to me.
It is funny.
It is funny.
Well, accidental noodles, delicious. Accidental nudity is always funny.
Noodle.
Oh. Wow, Matt! Actually, a joke. Actually, a joke that worked.
First time ever.
Hey, what the hell,
Let's
man?
put it down on the podcast.
No, dude.
First time. Through the air, across the ocean.
The first time ever. This is like episode 70-something, I think. And Matt
484.
484. We're getting up.
You guys
there.
listened to all my minisodes, right?
I did.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
those 1 second minisodes of you just.
Yeah, I'm just like.
What's going on with Alex today?
All right, Matt, your turn. And remember, audience, you have to guess which one of us didn't see this movie. Kind of like True Confessions on The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, starring Questlove.
Starring.
Oh yeah, how about
Rebecca
speaking
Ferguson.
of that? How about last night's finale of True Detective season 2? Really wrapped the whole thing up. I'll talk about that next week.
True Detective, more
Still
like
recovering.
false detective.
Criminal.
All right, I guess Alex and Matt switch spots.
So
Yes, go ahead,
Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. I saw it on a Friday night, the opening night, as far as I know, unless it opened on a Wednesday secretly.
No, it opened on. Well, I saw it on a Thursday because I'm a
Opened July
baller.
31st,
First
2015.
So I saw it then, and I totally expect. I went to Dartmouth Crossing. I went to like the first evening show, and I expected it to be crazy packed. And there was like maybe 20 people in the theater. It was Canadian. It was a long weekend in Canada. That
Yes.
might have made it a little less popular. Are long weekends in Canada bad weekends for movies? Like, I was shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
No, I don't think it really affects movies much. I'd like to know how much a movie makes in Canada, though, on opening weekend. Like a big movie like Jurassic World, I would like to know how much money that makes.
You can find that. You can find that information.
Yeah, I guess so. I just
I don't
never
know, could
thought
you?
to
Like,
find it.
if
If
until
you
now.
easy
put
to
like
find.
8 seconds of effort into it, you can just Google like Canadian box office numbers. I'm sure it would show up somewhere.
I'm sure.
I remember like
Tribute.ca
old
does
radio, like old radio stuff used to do. Kind of like, here are the top 5 movies in Canada. They wouldn't give numbers, but they might be a little bit like 1 or 2 off from.
How old radio are we talking about?
When I used to listen to radio stations, I don't like C100, Kelly, Peter, and Moya and all that.
I thought it was like really, Gone with the Winds, #1 of the box office again. Yeah. Okay. No, I guess so. So, not a very full theater.
Yeah, not very full. I don't know if it was because they also had screenings in like the premium theaters.
Premium.
Your
okay.
Ultra AVX, your
premium,
IMAX.
dude.
So I just went to a regular showing,
Yeah.
Yes.
and I really enjoyed this one. Not as much as Ghost Protes.
Oh, nothing's gonna be as good as Ghost
Protes
Protes.
so good.
Ghost
But
Protes
this-
is so good, my man.
But I'm in the movie, and I'm just taken for a ride, and I just enjoyed the heck out of it. I thought it was very smart of the movie to use Simon Pegg more than they have in the past, because there's some gold there. There's a few moments with him that are very, very, very funny. I enjoy Tom Cruise.
3
as
varies,
Ethan Hunt.
everybody. So
Yeah.
helps up.
Well, yeah, uproarious.
Except Matt,
Rory,
about
yes.
90% of the movie's a
Glorious.
funeral, so I don't know how funny it could be, but whatever.
Yeah, the main villain of the movie, I spent a lot of the movie thinking, why does that guy look familiar? And it's because it's the guy with the crazy mohawk and beard from
Prometheus. Yep.
which was really odd for me when I realized that.
Like
but-
the redheaded guy?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so whichever one of us didn't see the movie, when they do see that movie, they should be surprised by that.
Okay.
I just thought, like, outside of it not being necessarily as good as Ghost Protocol, I thought that it was still, like, it was really strong and very inventive in a lot of ways.
It's kind of like, I mean, I think Ghost Protocol is by far the best of the Mission Impossible series. Not by far, but close to the best. And it's kind of like Dark Knight. You're just like, yeah, I mean, the follow-up's really never going to be as good as the next one.
I think it was less of a drop in quality between in this series than in the Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises
Still good.
sucks.
The only other thing, disagree. The only other thing,
Disagree.
the only other thing I want to say about the movie is that I don't think it's spoiling it to say that there's definitely parts of this movie where Tom Cruise should have died 3 times during this movie.
Or did he?
Not the actor, but Ethan Hunt, his
character,
should have died multiple times during the movie, and it was almost a little bit too much. But beyond that, it was okay. I give it an 8.5 out of 10, if not a 9.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you believe me if I saw it or not, but I'm telling you, I saw it. I just told you all about it.
Yeah, Matt's evidence sounds a bit more substantial. I think what Tom is getting in this movie is the same thing that Vin Diesel got in the Fast and the Furious series, where every movie that goes on, he's just a guy.
He becomes more of a superhero.
He becomes more and more invincible, where the stunts get more and more fantastic, and every time he's just like, man, that was pretty rough. And he pulls himself out of it.
I'm Thumper.
I'm always thumping. He comes out and he's like, I'm Groot. I shouldn't have to go through this. So yeah, I think Tom Cruise is kind of going through the same thing, where it's like Ethan Hunt is just a man, but he also has apparently superhuman abilities to withstand a lot of punishment, like a cartoonish amount of punishment, which is fun and never really goes too over the top. I was overhearing at my hair salon the other day. I might as well say where I was, but I just overheard guys talking. It's like, yeah, he did that himself. Actually, yeah, he did this. Anytime I hear that, I'm like, I know they're talking about Tom Cruise hanging off a plane, and that's exactly what they were talking about. They're like, yeah, he did that. And remember in the other movie, he was climbing the building. He actually did that too. And what I think is very impressive, not only does he do the airplane hang, which is very cool. But he also, and this is on a poster, so it's not spoiling it, but he rides a motorcycle at top speed without a helmet. I think that's almost more dangerous than hanging out of the I almost said helicopter, hanging outside of the airplane. But who am I to judge? But I thought that stunt was really quite something. I thought it was a very brisk 2+ hours. It didn't feel like 2 hours to me.
Oh yeah, it was very quick.
I thought it was, which I was like, well, that's delightful. And I thought everybody gave very strong performances, and I enjoyed Tom Cruise more and more when I watch these things. And the more and more I watch these things, because he's already announced they're going to do a 6th one. I'd be very surprised if they don't do 7, 8, whatever. I think these are kind of becoming. Not only is there like the Vin Diesel aspect where Tom Cruise becomes more and more superhuman, I think there's just going to be kind of like the Fast and the Furious series, where there's just like more and more you just got to one up yourself with stunts and cool story and that sort of thing.
There's obviously a bigger layoff in between, but you notice that big time in Die Hard, in the Die Hard series, where it's like 1, he's just like this guy, 2, 3, same thing, and then the 4th one, he's literally like taking out planes with helicopters.
Yeah, I didn't see the latest.
He's like, I ran out of bullets. Yeah, I didn't see the one that takes place in like Russia, Good Day to Die Hard or whatever.
With Jay Courtney.
I don't think anybody watched that.
Yeah,
no, that's true, Matt. I don't think anybody watched that at all.
No,
it was like Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
I saw the Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol on Valentine's Day.
That was out in that came out in December, awesome. Right? Didn't that come out in December when it came out?
Yeah, it was.
Because I know me and Alex saw that, and Alex
I was in the second run.
Alex gave one of the best post-movie lines to me. He's just like, well, that was boring.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did. Exactly what you said. I was like...
Sarcastically.
You said sarcastically for a split second. I was like, I thought it was kind of cool, though.
I was blown away with how good that was.
Ghost Protocol is very cool. And this is very much in the same vein. But, the more... It becomes like more like the Fast and the Furious series, only I think with a better story. And I'm just like watching this, and I'm like, oh yeah, Tom Cruise is just James Bond in this, or just he wants to be. You can so tell that he's like, well, I'm American. I can't play James Bond, so I'll just be the American version of him, which is Ethan Hunt. Or oh man, what if they did like a Rumble movie with him and Jason Bourne and James Bond? And Dominic Toretto, all 4 of them squared off.
At least Ethan Hunt is like an agent of some sort, versus Toretto's just like a guy.
He's just a street.
He used to just be a guy who drove really fast.
Exactly, yeah. Which is the funny. This again is the funniest part of the Fast and Furious movies. It's like when Liddy's fighting. She fights Ronda Rousey in the newest one in Fast 7, but she also takes down a bunch of like trained like bodyguards and soldiers. Is like, what? She's just a street racer too, though. Like, when did she get so good at karate?
There's the most ridiculous scene in the 7th movie where, and I only saw it because I was watching like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, and Vin Diesel was on it, but he meets like Jason Statham's character somewhere and literally pulls out like a 15-pound wrench out of his back seat, like he's gonna hit him over the head with it. Yeah. And then Jason Statham like pulls a piece off of his car, and they're gonna like fight. It's like any one of those things would immediately cave the other's man. This is not a fight. This is one shot and they're done, and they just keep doing it.
There's also Rock.
It's so over the top.
Rock
so over the top.
Gets out of the hospital from a freshly broken arm that he cracked the cast from the inside himself, and he pulls it off. And then there's a crash helicopter, and he picks up the helicopter's minigun, obviously a la Arnold in Predator. But it's like he just broke that arm. He just got it out of a cast, and he's using its full strength to carry this helicopter minigun down the street. Anyway, Fast and Furious, delightfully over the top. Mission Impossible, yes, Tom's a little superhero-y, but of course it doesn't go quite nearly as over the top. It certainly is more believable, and yeah, I thought it was cool. And I think the reason, well, I won't say the reason I think Tom Cruise is a lot like James Bond. So it has to do with the country that they're dealing with a lot in this film, which, as opposed to Avengers: Age of Ultron, is real country. As far as we know, it's somewhere in Europe. I won't say much, but it's somewhere in Europe. But
I was surprised that it took place so much in Sokovia.
Yes, Sokovia. Yeah, I know, the floating city. And I thought Rebecca Ferguson was really good. I was like, "Where's this girl been?" Of course, she's been in Europe doing 100 other shows, which is why they're so good. So good, my man. When they come and do North American movies, you're like, "Wow, these people are amazing." And Sean Harris is great. His character never talks above a whisper the whole time in the movie, which is awesome. Which is so sinister. He won't raise his voice for any reason for anybody. It's great. It's not hard to understand. It's just one of those things where he's just talking very low.
It's like people going from
it's true. It's
from pure European films to like U.S. films. It's like people going from Groundlings to SNL. You're like, oh, okay, they're already set.
They got a pedigree,
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you won't throw somebody like that into a movie unless they got some experience. But also, she's there for I think for foreign box office, right? So people in England who know her from the show called The White Queen, which I'm not sure if it's a BBC show or not, but she's been in that. Anyway, a lot of medieval shows. Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed.
I don't know if the box office for this, like, it did 55 mil opening weekend. I don't know if that's good or bad, like above or below expectations.
I think it's just a slightly above. I think
like, Box Office Mojo says that the weekend they said it was a phenomenal weekend for them, so that's good.
All right, so that's good. I mean, good enough to make a sixth one. Although Tom's probably
you see a movie like Minions do
money.
like 112, and then you see them do like 55, and you're like, is that good? Or
I mean, they're already a worldwide 139.
Yeah,
139 million.
Well,
I think that one's going to keep growing.
Yeah,
because the last weekend was it a long weekend in the States? I feel dumb for that.
I don't think it is. No, I don't think they have one.
U.S.
in
get on
August.
it, man. It's pretty good.
Well, I think the next long weekend for them might be Labor Day. But the thing with Minions though is that the thing with kids movies is you got to buy a ticket for the kid and a ticket for the parents. So you're almost doubling up on the tickets there. Yeah, also, Minions was a little bit of a surprise, but Alex, you're the only one out of the three of us.
Well, hold on. Let's all review Minions.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it again. Alphabetical order. Alex, you go first.
Okay. Well, no, I don't know if I want to go. Okay, I'll go first. I am.
Alex, I want to know the circumstances behind you watching this movie because I'm very surprised you saw it.
Yes, of course, because we all saw it, or maybe we didn't. Who knows? Alex, what are your circumstances?
I don't know. I like the Minions.
Purely maybe fictional. You like the Minions, okay? I like Despicable Me 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I like them.
So the Minions always make me laugh like really hard, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. It's cheap night. I'll go check it out, and I don't know.
You go by yourself?
Well, you do know.
It had its moments. Yeah. It had its moments, but that's just like if your characters just speak gibberish the entire movie, it's really hard to get them to carry a feature-length movie.
Sure.
As adorable as they are. So it was kind of like, I don't know, the thing about the Despicable Me series is it's so over the top and random. Like, just everything turns into ships and weapons and different things because you're dealing with a bunch of supervillains and things like that. So I would have liked a little bit more of their origin and stuff like that and them kind of doing their own thing, but they kind of go on like this mission right away and stuff like that. So I liked parts of it, but I don't feel like they can carry their own movie at all. It's as adorable as Bob, Kevin, and Stuart are.
Yeah, so they speak gibberish, and I don't remember if there's a point in the movie where they like who names them? I can't remember.
They just have their own names.
But they speak gibberish though. So how are they like, or there's like Bob Stewart and Kevin the only things they can say? It's just that I don't remember that.
It's not like Hodor or anything like that.
Hey, Pokemon did it before Hodor. Okay.
Yes, Pokemon did do it before Hodor.
I feel like they just have their names.
Okay.
Like there's kind of a narrator in it who's like, Bob did this, and they don't ever go like, hey, you are Bob, and this is why. Or he never's like,
can you tell them apart?
You can tell them apart because there's one guy has one eye, one guy and two guys have two eyes, but one guy has a brown and a green eye, and the other guy has two green eyes.
Oh, he's got heterochromia. It's a very groovy
and one's kind of
mutation.
like more immature. Always carries a bear around. So you find out pretty cool.
Oh, he's like the baby.
He's the baby of the group.
Do you know which one does which? Like, can you name who's who right now? Or you don't remember?
Well, Bob's the baby one, Kevin's the leader, and Stewart's the other two-eyed guy.
Okay.
Now, which one of them does ecstasy and which does mescaline?
Whoa.
Can you tell? Like which one is which there?
Wait, didn't you?
I don't get the reference.
Didn't you watch?
It's not really a reference, just a joke that this children's movie would have characters that do hard drugs.
Oh,
yeah, because Matt, I thought you watched it too, though, Matt. So wouldn't you know?
I did. I know the answer to it. I was testing it.
Yeah, it does.
Which one of the characters did mescaline, Matt?
That would be Bob.
By the way, the only reason I know what mescaline is because of.
Well, people don't know about this movie if you haven't seen it. It's a remake of Requiem for a Dream, but starring Minions. That's 100%. Darren Aronofsky actually directed this, surprisingly.
Good Lord.
Darren Aronofsky's name is hard to say. It's just Darrenofsky.
Little trivia about this movie. The director, Pierre Coffin, voices all 899 Minions.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, couldn't get another one on there and make it an even 900.
I don't know, man.
It's just funnier if it's 893. It's funnier if it's a random number, right? Matt, what did you think of Minions, which you definitely maybe saw?
Well, it was an interesting movie. You know, you go inside the mind and the emotions of a young girl who's moving from
now, this
Midwest
sounds like another
to
movie
California.
that came
It's
out.
really not, though.
Oh,
I
okay.
give it a...
Weird.
But it doesn't really do as good a job as Inside Out, so I give it a 2 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To the point.
2 out of 10.
I found the movie was rather shallow and pedantic.
Yeah, it's right, Lois.
Shallow and pedantic.
Yeah, I definitely maybe saw it too, and I thought it was neat, and give it 10 out of 10. It's perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
boy.
Will thinks neat is 10 out of 10.
Meat
interesting.
is 10.
Next time you tell me that, that's a neat shirt, I'm going to know that you're actually giving me the highest,
All right, guys.
compliment.
Let's. Should we reveal who saw which movie now?
Oh God. Well, I think it's pretty obvious.
I think it's
right
for the
away.
listeners to see if they can.
One of
suss
us
out
had a fun story about the night he went, and then the other one of us were just like, we sure did. We certainly have more respect for our wonderful listeners, more respect than we're giving.
I
them.
actually have no respect for any of you listeners.
That's right. If you see Alex on the street, tell him he's got a neat shirt, and then
Unless
punch him in the mouth.
I once resided in your household, then I have the utmost respect for you.
Okay. Well, you are talking about two of the only people listening to this show, so we're very happy.
Man, we get
hey, we get subscribers.
There are dozens of downloads a week.
Dozens.
Dozens.
Yes, and we appreciate all dozen of you.
Mm-hmm.
You people are all fantastic. It's all fantastic.
When I was going to meet a friend to watch Terminator Genesis, which we talked about last week, I believe.
Yep, you reviewed that.
When he pulled up in his car, he rolled down the windows and he was listening to our podcast on an old school iPod. I say old school like the click wheel and everything.
The click wheel, really?
Yeah,
still worked.
I think that means he would have to sync it to iTunes, where he download the podcast and sync.
That requires effort. That's better than anything. Yeah, that's not just the podcast.
I just wake up in
app.
the morning and I open my podcast app, and there's magically more things for me to watch.
1,000
listen to. I know what medium I.
Yeah, well, some podcasts have video.
It's dumb though. People are like, video podcasts. It's call the vlog, put it on YouTube, and just don't post it.
Yeah, I was the original podcast I listened to were like videos. No, I had like video on I had an iPod video, and I thought it had like a huge storage, but it was like a 40 gigabyte one. It was one of those ones where like the screen was wider than the touch wheel, which was kind of a weird looking thing. Yeah, that was a precursor. That was before the phone did everything you'd ever needed to.
And before the touch, right?
Before the touch, yeah. It was just that kind of white one. I don't know. I had a mini too, but everyone knows those are for girls.
White wand.
Speaking of that mini, I am. Hold on. It's here.
Oh, you have it. You have
it. I have it now. Yeah.
Okay, good. The little silver.
I was gonna say I'm holding it, but I'm not holding it.
The little silver bullet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that thing treated me well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, we certainly passed it on down the line.
Yeah,
I had one of those old 20 gig ones, and as soon as I try to clean the screen, it scratched immediately. Like the old iPod screens would scratch immediately.
Yeah.
If you sneezed on it, it'd just be like, I'm broken.
I bet that 40 gig one's kicking around somewhere. I know I didn't.
It used to be. Now I actually know where that is. It used to just be sitting in a drawer at our parents' house.
Yeah, which is where all technology goes. It goes from being worshipped to being forgotten about. Yeah, it goes to die.
Yeah, my old iPhone was just in the drawer that I opened up to try to find your old iPod. But the oldest iPod you were talking about, Will, so it was in a drawer at our parents' house, and so I took it out. It was a couple of years ago. And I found an app that would kind of take songs off of iPods. So that's how I have some music on my iPod that I didn't have before because I got it from yours.
Oh, so you can take the songs and put it on your
computer.
I
think it was an application that was called Sanuti, which is iTunes backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Clever. Very,
very clever.
Very clever. Oh, very clever of you. There's also one more movie we can talk about that we all maybe saw. Hey, Alex, what did you think of Ant-Man when you maybe saw it?
Other than the fact that it should have been called Uncle.
Other than it should have been called Uncle. I wish I could take credit for that joke. I cannot.
It was good. I wanted to do a double feature of Ant-Man and Man from Uncle, but I guess that'll have to wait for another day. Anyway, sorry, yes, you liked it.
See, I call it Man from UNCLE, and that's just how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Yeah, this is a mouthful, though.
Like, I don't call SWAT team SWATs. I just call them the SWA team.
I always call them Special Weapons and Tactics.
Okay. I'll keep going. Sorry.
Ant-Man was good.
You saw it.
It had actors and a plot.
And sets. Don't forget the sets.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't forget the sets. I just felt they were nary worth a mention.
Hey, great
overall,
sets in this movie.
7 point. I'll give it pi out of 10. 3.14.
Not great for a movie,
etc.
That's
pi out of 10.
Pi out of 5 would be okay.
I'll give it a pi out of 5. I'll give it a pi out of 5 because of Paul Rudd. Religion to me is like
Paul Rudd. We did that joke already, and it wasn't even our joke. It was from Community. Matt, what did you think of Ant-Man when you maybe saw it?
Didn't care for it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I saw it on a Thursday afternoon. And I sat in seat D17, and
you sat on an airplane?
No, it was in the AVX. I remember the seat, and I saw it on the same day I saw Rogue Nation. We watched Ant-Man first, and then 4 hours later we watched Mission Impossible because I wanted to have 2 heist movies in one day. Ant-Man's a story about.
Spoilers for Ant-Man, by the way.
Well, no, because in the trailer he says, "I want you to break into a place and steal some stuff."
Fair enough.
Which, would imply that you have to break into a place and steal some stuff. Ant-Man was, it was better than I expected. I like the story. I like the origin of Ant-Man. And there's actually not a lot I can say about it without spoiling it. But check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, unless you listen to me say that I was pleasantly surprised, and now you have expectations going into the film, which changes your perception, right? Your reality determines your perception. What was that a thing? No, wait.
It sounds like something.
Yeah, it does sound like something. Everybody's screaming at me right now.
Does Corey still have a wig in that movie?
No, bald as the day he was born. I thought you'd remember that too. Corey Stoll's good. What was it? I kept calling him. I keep wanting to call him Jared Stoll, but he's the hockey player.
Yeah.
Wow. He's an 8-ball smuggling hockey player.
Yeah. We just talked about him last week. But help me out. What show is he on again?
House of Cards.
House of Cards.
Jared Stoll's on House of Cards.
Jared Stoll's on House of Cards. He plays Kevin Spacey's.
Well, that wasn't.
daughter.
We were talking about Corey Stoll. We weren't talking about Corey Stoll. We're talking about Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh. Sorry. Okay, but Corey Stoll. Okay, but what shows?
How does Ben Mendelsohn talk again, Will?
How exactly? That's my company.
How exactly am I gonna suffer and suck dash?
It's pure evil. Sorry, he's from that movie we talked about earlier, and Dark Knight Rises is full of a lot of funny talking people. That's what it should have been called, the funny talking folk. Sorry. Yeah, Ant-Man, cool, and I am enjoying these Marvel movies now because they're all set in Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now everybody's just like, oh yeah, the Avengers are around, and maybe I'll join the team later. It's all that kind of thing, which I thought was pretty cool. So Ant-Man I enjoyed. I give it a nice 8.5 out of 10.
Now, none of us saw Fantastic Four this week because literally no one saw Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I don't think it did so hot.
No, and I don't understand why they made a Fantastic Four movie. I don't think people liked the first two enough for them to be successful, really. Maybe the first one was successful enough to have a sequel, at least.
I think they keep wanting to just have it be X-Men. You're just like, well, Fantastic Four is kind of like X-Men. It's a team of
but
heroes.
Their powers are so dumb. And the Thing's story is too tragic.
Well, yeah.
It's depressing as hell, man.
Yeah, it is.
He's just like, yep, now he's a monster forever. It's just like, that sucks.
So
Chris
that
Evans
sucks.
also really upgraded his superhero status.
He did. Yeah, he's done, I think, 4 that I know of comic book adaptations. He did Fantastic Four, The Losers, which was a book, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and Captain America. Wow. And I actually think I'm forgetting one more.
That's not even factoring in sequels and stuff like that. That's
not factoring in sequels. No, I'm just saying like
those again. Well, sorry.
He was in Fantastic Four 1 and 2.
Yep.
And The Losers. And Scott Pilgrim versus
Losers.
Yeah, Scott with poor man's Javier Bardem, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And
do you mean poor man's, or do you mean just literally? It's probably
just literally like doppelganger, his gobbledanger.
He's a real gobbledanger.
Like, this is the eerie thing about Hollywood is you find so many people that will just look nearly exactly alike.
Do they audition together? Do you think, or like do they like
against each other, or they get offered?
Because they look similar, but they're obviously ethnically very.
I would like to picture them in an audition room and be like, "Hey, Javier, what's up, man? Oh, Jeffrey, hey, yeah."
I need like a cross-border separated at birth movie where like Javier Bardem goes to Mexico and Jeffrey Dean Morgan ends up in the States.
It'd be even better.
Reconnect on a road trip.
Yeah, directed by the Fairley brothers. That'd be good.
What if like Bardem's in the Policia and Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in like the FBI or something?
Like
he should be in the cartel, and then Jeffrey Dean Morgan should like join some sort of DEA. This is writing itself.
So
this is writing itself.
The end of the first act is when they catch a sight of each other at a raid.
Patent pending.
And they look at each other, and there's this like moment of recognition.
Yeah, because they see themselves.
And the cartel guy wants to find out who it is, and he's really mad about it. The DA guy doesn't want to talk about it, though.
And
he's not comfortable about it. Somebody's talking to him. They're like, man, he looks a lot like you. He's like, shut up, man.
And then they each have half of a ripped photo in their wallet. And they put the two halves of the photo together, and it's them, on a playground or something.
Only when one of them kills the other, and at the end, it's like there's blood on the photos.
Man, if I wasn't so hot right now, I'd have goosebumps. But I am sweating, so it's fine.
Not so hot.
I'm fetching.
By the way, I don't call it the DEA; I call it the DIA.
The DIA,
the Mud-DIA.
I think. All right, Tyler Perry shows up.
Hello,
it's Tyler Perry.
I have no idea if those are actual like impressions or not.
The only reason I know
my impression of Tyler Perry is based off of Jamie Foxx on an SNL sketch.
Yeah.
Is yours the same, Will?
Oh, for sure. Well, that's the only reason.
I mean, he doesn't make movies for us anyway. That's fair.
No, he doesn't make movies. No.
Whoa.
We're not the well, I mean, you people. We're not the target
Americans.
audience.
We're not Americans.
We're not Americans, exactly. Well, I was reading an interesting article that I thought was neat. And it was about just basically how the rest of the box office this summer. And Ian and Hanlon, friend of the show, and I were kind of talking about what's left this summer. Guys, I think summer blew its wad already, and now we're just kind of waiting for the fall.
But it was supposed to be a dry run. That's what I don't get about it.
The Legends of, I guess
there's pretty much nothing left.
No, there's yeah, you're right, Matt. There's nothing left. There's no Guardians of the Galaxy for August to kind of be like, and one last surprise this summer because
or like is usually how it goes, though, is it not? Like usually it's kind of like a May to July thing.
Yeah, like they don't like the original, like the most recent Planet of the Apes remake, not the sequel, but I think it was Rise. Poda, not Dot Poda. We were over this last year.
It's Rise.
We went over this last year. We did.
That one came out mid-August, and that was one of those kind of surprising ones. But I like the idea. Yeah. I like the idea of putting out
like Superbad and stuff like that came out in like August, and that was even like a surprise hit.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. It was in August. So, I don't see I think Fox wants Fantastic Four. They're really marketing it a lot on Twitter, of all things. So I think Fox wants Fantastic Four to be...
the very place where you can see how terrible it is.
I think it's too because I like the cat. Like I really like Michael B. Jordan. I really like Miles Teller and that. So it's kind of
Kate Mara and
I was wondering why. Like, I thought Scotty.
No, I didn't say those
Pippen
people.
was in that movie.
I'm saying the rest.
Yeah,
of them. Scotty what?
No, yeah, or Dennis R. Rodman. No, or Carl L. Malone. No.
Okay, can we just go over the
John Q. Stockton?
Can we go over the rest of just what's left of the summer release?
So
this past weekend we had like the one that literally just occurred was Fantastic
the Fans
Four.
4 stick.
Yeah, Fans 4 stick
as the
Gift, Ricky and the Flash,
which I really want to see. The Gift.
And I really want to see Ricky and the Flash.
I think Ricky and the Flash
that Meryl Streep
garbage.
Oh yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah,
with her daughter in it. And Rick Springfield.
I thought that was
that's Rick Springfield. I'm like, that's a fake mustache.
I thought that was a DC movie. Because she's with the Flash.
You did not get Rick Springfield and D. Snyder confused.
Rick Springfield is in the season of True Detective.
I know, which I haven't seen any of, and I'm going to just binge it all when it's done, or maybe.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
The next week, this coming weekend, folks, you want to go to the box office and buy a ticket, and then go to a movie theater. You're going to want to get a ticket for either The Man from U.N.C.L., Straight Outta Compton, or Underdogs.
What's Underdogs, Matt? I think we went over this earlier in the year. We were just like,
Underdogs is an animated film.
Yes.
When the toys come to life, the fun begins.
Well, okay. That's
just the story of Toy Story.
I won't lie. There was a preview of that before Minions, and I kind of laughed.
I kind of laughed.
I like Zootopia. Looks good. I saw that in front of Inside Out. But I want to Straight Outta Compton. I want to hear reviews for because that looks interesting.
Straight Outta Compton. Sorry,
that looks like a good movie,
and that's all you can say of it. That song. It does look like a good movie. I think the cast looks pretty bang on, and that looks a good biopic.
Okay, hold on. What about Masterminds coming out the week after? You got your Galifianakis, your Wig, your Sudeikis, and your Wilson.
Ooh, which Wilson?
Feature film? I thought that was like an HBO thing.
No, that's a feature film. That's a major motion picture.
Which Wilson is it? Is it Rita Wilson?
Owen.
Russell Wilson? Owen Wilson. Oh, wow.
Wow. Can I hear your Owen Wilson impression again?
My wife does a way better one, but let me try that again.
Oh, can we hear
your wife does a good Owen Wilson impression? Can I get her on the mic right now?
Just the one. Well, no.
So does Ed Norton, though, to be fair. Again, from the SNL sketch that was out earlier this year or last year. When they do the Midnight Cautery, they do with the Wes Anderson horror movie. It's like, oh, wow, look at all the people in the yard.
Wasn't that 2 years ago?
I think that could have been 7 years ago. I don't know. I haven't had decent memory.
It was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So Masterminds, I saw the trailer for it. It looks okay. The cast looks great.
I know.
They all lost a bunch of weight. They all look pretty trim. They look good.
Also that weekend, American Ultra, the stoner secret agent movie, the Matt.
Eisenberg
with
Eisenberg
Bourne,
and
Jason Bourne,
Kristen Stewart, Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
And Topher Grace.
Diving Bell the Butterfly.
I think that looks terrible, but I can see people
wanting
that. Hitman Agent 47, which I've heard nothing about. I think it's a video game movie. And Sinister 2.
Well, Hitman this is a reboot of the Hitman franchise because Hitman was done originally by Timothy Oliphant years ago. Hitman. And he's, also Hitman should have been played by Corey Stoll, who's very comfortable in his baldness. Right, and
that's what you need in that movie. Somebody who, when they're bald, you're like, you know what? He owns it.
He owns it. You know what? That cue ball can get it done. But yes, Hitman 47. We'll see. Yeah, because the original one was just called Hitman, and that was in 2007.
Do I have to see Hitman 1 through 46 to?
Yes, you do.
It's like it's like when you play Mario Kart 64, you have to play the 63 that come before it.
Yeah,
or else you won't understand.
I remember when Zero Dark 30 came out, and I thought, do I have to see -1 Dark 29?
Come on. That's too
-1
many.
Dark 29? That doesn't even equal on both sides of the equation, dude.
It's not an equation, it's a title. It's one before.
It's a title.
Why are both going backwards, though? It's going to be -228, so the original is -30 Dark 0?
Which is
explain yourself.
Which is
the sequel is obviously 1 Dark 31.
1 Dark 31. What else? What else is coming out before the end of August? I think we're getting to its last gasps.
Yeah, so there's the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon movie comes out on Netflix. I think a movie called Regression, and a movie called We Are Your Friends.
Progressive.
We Are Your Friends is about. Oh wow, the poster for Regression has Ethan Hawke looking a lot like Roger Moore. And We Are Your Friends is a DJ movie about...
Zac Efron.
Yeah. With Zac Efron. I was going to get Zach Galifianakis. That'd be a different movie.
Guys, let's get to the biggest. Let's get to the biggest news of the week. Jennifer Aniston and Justin-Theroux apparently married in secret in Hollywood. So
okay, yes.
Can I get
biggest
your thoughts?
surprise?
Now, one of the three of us were there, so let's talk about the nuptials.
Yes, Alex, go ahead.
Guess.
You have to guess who was.
I thought it was a little.
What do you think of the vows?
Yeah,
they freestyle rapped them, which was odd. They both freestyle rapped them. I think one was ghostwritten, which Meek Mill was not a fan of, and then kind of went from there.
Can you help me out? Can you do like a thing from like one Meek Mill song? Because so first of all, obviously I haven't heard any of them because I'm.
So Meek Mill is famous for one thing.
Horribly
He's
out of
famous
touch.
for dating Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
He then accused Aubrey Drake Graham, aka Drake, aka the guy in the wheelchair from Degrassi, of having a ghostwriter for his rap songs, and this created what I'm including myself, we in the rap community call a beef.
Yes,
it's not a pork or a chicken; it's a beef, which is it is delicious.
Yeah,
so,
little fatty though, little fatty. Depending on which cut you get.
I like a lean wrap beef.
Yeah. So this created a little beef between them. So in rap, what you do when you're beefing with somebody is like you literally sing to them. You literally come back at them and be like, "Hey man, I don't like your face, and your nose is in the wrong place. You're a disgrace. You're uglier than Mace." And
the rapper
and $$E. I forgot about that.
Yes. So that's which is known as a diss track, right?
Which is known as a diss track, whatever you want to call it.
It seems like a distraction to me.
Oh, nice. I hope you post a retraction.
Here's the thing about it, guys. Here's my conspiracy theory about it.
I really want to hear this.
Drake is very good friends with Nicki Minaj, who Nicki Minaj is engaged to Meek Mill, and Drake was on a Meek Mill song for Meek Mill's new album.
Yes.
And sorry, Mom, I know you've heard this all before. I apologize, but I'm just reiterating for the podcast people.
Yeah, Mom's all up on
She knows all about it.
Right.
She told me about it. Okay. So I feel like when there's like raps or beefs in the rap community, you're kind of like, are you guys really mad at each other? You're just trying to make extra money off this. But the gross the community both all feel that Drake is just destroying Meek Mill on these rap tracks for lack of a better term. It's like a Tyson fight in the 80s. It's just like destruction. It's like, you should probably not fire back at that because you don't have the ammo to even wage war against this man. I don't think Drake's that good a rapper, but that's just me.
No. Yeah. It's like the end of this Always Sunny episode. D dates a handicapped person when he gives the freestyle rap at the end.
She dates a
Well, that's the name of the episode, which we can't say. Yep. It's a clean show. Hey, Alex, did you see the...
Can I say it like Zach Galifianakis in The First Hangover?
Retard.
Retard.
I mean, nobody knows what word we were just saying. Hey, Alex, did you see the fight from Brazil, UFC 190, with Ronda and
girl? I was at the gym this week, and this dude was going off on how Ronda Rousey is a joke of a fighter. I'm like, he's like, man, there were legends on that card. Legends of MMA. There was Mauricio Shogun Hua. There was Big Nog. There was Little Nog. It's like, and they all had the most boring fights on that card. And then Rousey comes out and destroys this woman who was getting in her face at the weigh-ins.
Oh, I saw. She had the crazy eyes, man. She actually looks like Caitlin Olsen, kind of.
I think about Ronda Rousey literally got the blessing from Rowdy Roddy Piper to be called Rowdy Roddy Rousey. So she's like close with Piper, and this was the day after Piper died. So she was kind of emotional about it or whatever, and she just knocked her out in 34 seconds. It's like, do you want to see two 250-pound men just slack-jawed throw, lazy rights at each other? Or do you want to see a girl, do you want to see people actually try and fight? What do you want to see? As much as you're a legend, if you're 34 in MMA and you've been fighting for 15 years, you're done. You're washed up.
Yeah.
They take a lot of damage. Ronda's going to be able to fight till she's 40 because I've never even seen her take a punch in my entire life. All of her fights can be put in a vine. That's how short these fights are. It is not her fault that she is, there's no competition for her. That's not her problem.
She's efficient,
it's not
man.
her fault.
She's not getting paid by the hour. What did this lady Beth? I want to say Carrera was her last name.
Yeah.
Carrera.
Yeah.
What? Because Rhonda said, "Just don't talk about my family." What did this lady say about Rhonda's family? I know Rhonda's dad died.
Yeah,
right?
Ronda Rousey's dad killed himself when she was younger.
Oh, jeez.
And Beth Carrera was straight up like, "Oh, I hope she doesn't kill herself after I beat her." It's like,
whoa, no,
wow. And then later she was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know her dad killed herself." And Dana White came out and said, "Yeah, no, you absolutely did know that. You did know she killed herself." So Beth Carrera's from Brazil. Ronda Rousey obviously is not, and she just destroyed her in 34 seconds. We've talked about this on the podcast before with Ronda, where I'm like, here's her fight: 16 seconds, armbar; 54 seconds, armbar. But I think her last two to the last three were knockouts, and she's put on like legit muscle in the last 6 months to a year. Like, she's just a machine.
Oh, she's only wow, she's younger than I am. Why do I think everybody's older than I am? Of course she's younger than I am.
Because everyone looks older on TV. She's probably 27, 28.
Yeah, it's true. She's 28. Yeah, she's about 6 weeks older than you are, actually, Alex.
She cute, though.
She cute though. I think the last person to take her into the second round was Misha Tate, wasn't it? I think she's the only person to take her.
I think it was Jerry Ferrara in the
in Entourage. Yeah, okay.
In Entourage movie. Yeah, Misha Tate. I mean, there's only one person. There's legitimately only one person for her left to fight, and I don't know what her deal is. She doesn't have a UFC contract right now.
Oh, okay. So
and
she's
Christine Cyborg Santos.
That's an awesome nickname, by the way.
Absolutely terrifying. Like, if I start walking down the street, I'd probably cross the other side of the street. Be like, nope, no, thank you. Not today. I don't know.
Shoot,
I didn't see the fight, but I saw the fight. I saw the fight after the fact because when it's less than 40 seconds, it's very easy to find a video of it online, and it's just like go punch, and she just gets legit KO'd. And we talked about that too on the podcast. The difference between a TKO and a KO, and this was a knockout.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we might see Ronda again at SummerSlam. Reason I say that is because they're dropping her name on the shows again. Some of the divas are like, "Oh, Ronda Rousey can do it," so she'll probably be there at SummerSlam. They're making it a 4-hour show this year, so I think the extra hours for Undertaker's entrance. And
just make what? Hey guys, what if you just made a good 3-hour show?
It's really annoying when they come out and like make it. This one's going to be bigger than ever because it'll be 4 hours. It's like, why do you have to announce that before?
You know what's so funny right now
point.
Is that NXT has a takeover pay-per-view in Brooklyn the night before, and those shows are always awesome. And those one of the reasons I like NXT so much. It's an hour every week, and the pay-per-views are 2 hours, and they're all the matches are all fantastic. They're all super brisk. The crowd at Full Sail University, the NXT arena, I think it's the same crowd every week because I've seen the same dude in the front row of this kid. So when they do like the holy poop chants, he holds his hands over the kid's ear, which is kind of funny to me. Amazing. But it's like it looks like the same crowd every week. But what's so funny is they're like, "That's right, NXT Takeover." You know, Regal's there. He's like, "We'll take place August 22nd, live from Brooklyn." Boo! He gets so much heat. The fact that they're
because it's not in Orlando over there.
Yeah, it's not in Orlando at Full Sail because every show's been at that little arena, and now it's going to be at the Barclays Center, which is
hilarious.
Good business, but it did. Oh yeah, so much passion down there, and it's funny. Kevin Owens came down. He's like, "That's right, I can't wait to go to Brooklyn." He's really laying it in there, yeah, and it gets super huge heat, which is kind of. I guess the last two shows are kind of a kick to the NXT fans because they saw Kevin Owens lose the NXT title to. Finn Balor. Yeah,
Finn Balor.
Big fan of Finn. They saw him lose that in
You're a Finn fan?
Tokyo.
I'm a Finn fan in Tokyo, and then now they could. I think Finn will retain because Kevin Owens is basically a full-time member of the full roster on Raw right now, which is good. And I'm headed.
One
to
thing
Raw.
I'll say is I don't watch a lot of Raw. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Will.
No, I'm just saying I'm headed to Raw tonight in Everett. I'm looking forward to it. I think.
Oh, are you going to that tonight?
Oh yeah. I'll be there tonight. Yeah, I'm just about to.
Where are you sitting? I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, I'm section F, row 10. So just look for me in row 10 there. I'll be the guy with no shirt on because I don't have a new wrestling shirt. I can't show up my CM Punk shirt again. You know, like it's too. No, you know what I'll get? I'll get the $95 Phil Brooks kit from UFCshop.com. I'll buy one of those and I'll wear the shorts and the shirt. and that'll look really good.
You'll look really cool wearing an MMA kit out in public.
And I'll make sure it's double XL, so it's nice and loose and baggy on me. That'll look nice. But yes, heading to the Bright Lights big city of Everett at the Xfinity Arena tonight to catch Monday Night Raw. And I may have gone to a show last night at the Coliseum, and if I did, I don't remember. It was so intense, just like how I can't remember if I saw what movie I saw or whose wedding I went to.
It's like the Foo Fighters concert. Like it was just too overwhelming for me, man.
It's too overwhelming. It's too much. That video of everybody playing "Learn to Fly" and Chisena, I almost teared up. That was beautiful.
It's amazing.
And Dave's response very nice. He's like,
"It was okay."
He
says Italian.
In
He's
Italian.
Okay.
He's okay. He's for fun. But yeah, Alex, sorry I cut you off. You said you don't watch a lot of Raw lately.
No, I don't watch a lot of Raw, but I did see the opening last Monday, which was the Neville Seth Rollins fight, which was just insane. Incredible. I actually thought Neville was going to win the title that night.
Oh no,
like, those are the matches you want to see, where it's like, oh my, this guy's going to win the title in the opening match on Monday Night Raw.
And then they'll say it was a fast count, and that'll bring him back at the end of the show to lose it, just like Chris Jericho and Triple H. I liked that episode. I like that opening of the episode because I like Seth now without all the accoutrement that used to come with him when he was like, yeah, I got Kane, I got J&J security. Like, I think he's enough. He can just go out by himself.
Where'd they go?
Kane.
Where do I go?
Kane. Where do you go? You stay on the same road you're on.
To me.
J&J, I think, were beat up by Brock, and so was, I think Kane had his foot broken, and Seth aggravated it by frustratingly stepping on it.
Right. I do like it when Brock Lesnar comes out now and the announcers literally scatter.
Yeah.
Because they're terrified of him.
They all leave. I think that's pretty good. Well, anyways, folks, I think that's about all we can say for this week. But next week, we'll come at you with much more stuff. We'll talk about, we can talk about how the Jays are doing. They're so good, my man. So good. They're doing so
I gotta
hot.
say, man, I don't like. They give up a lot of prospects, but they come off on really well on a lot of those trades. I'll just say that much.
Yeah, and the stat that nobody talks about is run differential. Sorry, I've been listening to a lot of PTI, and I think the Jays have the best run differential in the American League, which is good. But yes, long road.
Good, but really, I mean, what matters is win-loss.
Well, totally, 100%. And we still have like 45 games to play before October, so we still have about a third of the season of baseball to play.
Like 50-ish,
Yeah, something like that. Hey, we're all on Twitter, everybody. I know everybody out here who listens to the show tweets us all the time, and it's getting a little stalky. But if you want to tweet at me, I'm at William C. Vaughn. If you want to tweet at Matt, he'll tell you what he's at when I say it, Matt.
At MP Vaughn.
Wow, that was really well
and
queued
I
up.
am at Evaunix, EVAUGHANICS. Holla at your boy. A lot of gold coming off that Twitter right now. No one's paying any attention to it. That's fine, though. Whatever.
That's fine. I'm over it. I don't care. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm over it. Actually, I keep thinking you're George Stroumboulopoulos because your Twitter avatars look kind of similar. Although it's just
not going to go look at it.
Well, it's just a guy in a hat. But,
I'm a guy. Hey, a guy like me. I'm a guy like me.
Less fortunate to get all the breaks. Thanks, folks, for listening this week, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks for nothing.
Same triple threat time, same triple threat channel.
Triple threat channel, which is iTunes. Which
iTunes.
isn't a channel. Or listen to us on Libsyn.
Or Libsyn,
Triplethreat.libsyn.org.
Or Earwolf. Or
they don't even look remotely the same.
Or Mail Camp. Or whatever.
Mail Camp? Mail Camp?
All right. Love you, people. Yeah, love you, people. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.